All right. So good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So what we wanted to do today was I wanted to share a trade that I took earlier today, and I wanted to go through it with you step by step with the visuals so that you can see exactly what my thought process was and what the strategy is. And then what I'll also do is explain a few little tidbits in between to make sure that you understand the concept and the why behind the what. All right, so without further ado, so as you can see right here, we're currently looking at the 15-minute chart for a setup, right? So as I was looking at the 15-minute chart for the setup this morning, um, this is pretty much what I was seeing. Let's see. So Thursday. All right. So this is pretty much what I was seeing as I approached the charts this morning. Again, looking at the 15-minute. Let's go to the 1 hour real quick to get a look at that. Wanted you to see. So obviously, anytime you do your analysis, you want to do your top-down analysis. But I wanted to get an idea of what the market structure was at the time I was looking at the charts. So, and right now this is a replay version. So I'm looking at. I wanted to give the perspective that I saw this morning as I was looking at the chart. So approach the trading session at the time that I did, on the 1 hour, this is what I was seeing. So obviously right here, this was the order block on the 1 hour that price was pushing away from. You see where we created this change of character and price continued to push back, push down until we got to this discount zone. So when we got to this discount zone, obviously what we want to do is we want to wait for the market to finish the setup, to create the setup for a possible reversal. Seeing as though how strong this downtrend was, that means that we really need to wait for the market to set up for the structure for us to get those reversal signals. So again, going down to the 15-minute, going down to the 15-minute. This is what we're looking at the time. So we'll let this set up. As you can see, we have no other indicators on the chart. So here are the indicators that we're looking at. So Lux Algo price action concepts, volume profile, fixed range, Lux Algo signals and overlays. That is absolutely it. The other thing that I did activate on my Lux Algo price action concepts was the higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low options because these are important, and I'll explain those as we go through. So as you can see, this is the 15-minute chart. Price went up, created a change of character. And at this time, so this is the 9 a.m. candle, price pushing down back into this discount zone, right? So we got the push down, and then so we wait for the setup for the push up away from the discount zone. So we're going to press play on this and watch how this plays out. Okay. All right. So I want you to see something very, very important, right? So as you can see, so price gave a change of character right there, right? Which was validated by order block, but price continued to push down. So that's why, as part of the trading strategy, we wait for validation for the change in the market for the market structure. So if we're going from if we're going from a bearish market, we want to wait for the market to give us the reversal signals or a change of character or market structure, right? So I'm gonna hit the play button, watch it play out a little bit. So as you can see, price kept pushing, right? So we got this order block right here, which is responsible for creating this lower low. So let's see, around, all right, so we're gonna need to, well, I'll let it play a little bit. All right, so before I go any further, all right, so here's what I wanted to do. So price around between 9:45 and 10 o'clock, right? We created this lower low right here. So price, again, we're looking for price to the market to set up structure, right? So no trades to be had at the moment. There's no order block here. Again, the most previous order block was right here, right? So at the moment, we have no order block to validate a change of character or a reversal of this move just yet. So that's why we're not looking for buys at the moment, because we have no change of character or order block at this discount zone to validate a change of character, right? So when I saw this, so look right here, so it was around this time frame right here, but I saw that we were at a discount zone, and I didn't want to wait at the time for the market to set up and set up structure and then give me a change of character for the move, the reversal to the upside based off the strong move right here. So what I did was I ended up going to my 1 minute chart to see if there were any setups there. And that was around this time right here. Again, once I saw this 10 o'clock candle, that push right there, I wanted to go to the 1 minute to get an idea of if there was something setting up, if the market was setting up something on that time frame for a possible move to the upside. And kind of cheating a little bit because we can already kind of see it as it played out, but I'll show you where I got in. So again, the market created this lower low, no order block though, no order block to validate this move right here, right? So again, we want to look for that setup on the 1 minute time frame. So we're going to go and take a look at the 1 minute chart and see what that entry looked like. All right, so as we're looking at the 1 minute chart here, you can see around that same time. So this is what was playing out at that time period. So here, as you can see, make this small enough so you can see it, right? So again, we wait for the change of character, right? Validated by an order block, right? This is a pretty solid order block. And as you can see, we got this institutional candle. So institutional candle, so a big candle away from the discount zone, right? Again, that's an indication that we are looking at possible reversals at this time. So institutional candle, boom. Again, created by this order block and the continued move up at the time, right? So here, this candle here, we created the change of character. Now, once I saw that, the next part of the strategy, so once you get the change of character, is to wait for price to come back and do a retest, because that's what price is going to do, right? We want to wait for price to come back and do a retest of this area somewhere, right? So let's play it out a little bit and see how it played out. All right. So one thing to note, right? This is a very good point right here. All right. So one thing to note right here, we got a higher high. That's good. That's what we want to see. We want to see price create a higher high because, again, that's going to validate our entry move here in a second. So we got a lower low here, right? Price pushes up, creates a change of character. We got a higher high. Again, all of this is indicating that we're in the process of a possible reversal, right? This is on the 1 minute. We're just looking for our entry right now. So here we go. Here's the pullback right here. to come back into this area, right? So let's let it play out. Boom. All right. So we get back into this area, right? And right, we don't even touch this. We don't even touch the discount zone, right? But we get back into this area and we start to push up. Now, what we're waiting for is we're waiting for the buy signal to come. Once we see the buy signal, that's going to validate our entry to the upside, right? So let's put a fib. If we put a fib on it, let's take a look and see what that fib retracement looks like. We do a fib retracement from this low right here, so the lower low, right, to this higher high, right? So price basically came down and past the 61.80, barely to the 78 level, right, before it began to reverse. All right, so all good signs. So again, as part of the strategy, all we're waiting for, we got the higher high and we're coming back for the retest. So on the retest, all we're waiting for is the buy signal to get into the move. So we're gonna let it play a little bit. All right. Right, so it pushed a little bit, pushed down a little bit more, and then we got the buy signal right at 1024. So we got the buy signal, and this is our trigger to get into the move. So we get into the move on this signal right here, and we ride it up. So here's what we do. All right, it comes back a little bit. All right, before I forget, what we do is, so as we're getting in right here, right, we're getting in the move right here. We put our stop loss right here. So let's see. So we get in right here and we're gonna put our stop loss right on the point of control line, which is a little bit over 2 pips, right? Let's call it 3 pips, right? That's your risk right there. 3 pip risk for this move. So we're risking 3 pips to get 10 or more. That's the goal, right? All right, so we're gonna let it play out a little bit. Bam, here we go. All right, so we're already in this move, right? We're making profit and we get a break of structure. This is exactly what you want to see when the market is moving in your direction, right? So again, we're in the trade. We got in right here, right? Once we get the break of structure, right? All of this, so with 3 pips in, right? And then once we get about right here, we're good 7 pips in. So seven pips in at this time. We're still in this trade. I was still in this trade at this time. What I did was I moved my stop loss. I manually trailed my stop loss, right, to this swing right here, to this swing low point right here. Because the thought process now is that if it mitigates this order block and turns against me, I'm still in profit, right? I'm still in profit. I'm 3 pips up, right, in profit, because this is the EU. So I'm 3 pips in profit. At the time, I think I was between $200 and $300 in profit, right? If it mitigates it and stops me out, cool. I'm in profit, right? But if it keeps going, right, to my target, then I'm in a good spot. So I don't lose any money on this trade at this point, right? So let's watch it play out some more. Notice, as you saw, that little sell sign came up and went away. Because why? Because we came down into this fair value gap, right? And pushed right back up. We came down into this fair value gap and pushed right back up, right? Again, this move is validated by this order block here that started to change the character. And now it's further validated by this order block right here that created this break of structure, right? So we're safe. Right now, we are safe, right? So let's keep playing. Let's keep playing it out and see what we look like. Again, seeing the same thing, All right. So this was the move. This was the move from the time I entered to the time I exit. The target was always this, this order block right here, right? This was always the target for this particular move, especially being on the 1 minute time frame. So from the time I entered right here to the time I exit, 12 pips, 12 pip move, 12 pips at a 10 lot netted me a little bit over $1,000. So that was the trade that I took this morning. That was the methodology behind the trade. That was the trading process as I currently have it. That's the strategy, right? To wait for the change of character, right? We let the market set up, we let it come down, do its thing, boom, 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 right? Play around in this area. Then we get the change of character, right? Validated by this order block. We saw when the order block appeared. So this was a valid change of character, and this was a valid move away from the discount zone. Valid move away from the discount zone. We waited for price to come back, right? And give us a retest. So again, we created a higher high. That's exactly what you wanted to see. And then we got the move down here, right? We got a higher low. Perfect. Everything is going, giving us signals that this up move is about to happen. Like this, this is happening, right? This point is happening. We're just waiting for the entry signal, right? We get the entry signal and we're in the move, further validated by price movement as it continued to go up. We got the breaker structure. We manually trail our stop and we take it till it hits our target, right? Now, this methodology and this trading strategy can be applied to every single time frame and every single instrument that you trade. Again, every time frame, every instrument. What's happening here is that institutional traders, right, those that move the market, these are their order blocks, not retail traders. That's why you want your move to be validated by an order block. Let's say you miss this first change of character, right? And you see somewhere around here. Look at this move right here. This from here to here, there was never an order block to validate a down move. An order block was never created. So institutional traders aren't moving price back here. This retracement right here, this pullback, what have you, is just that, a pullback retracement. An order block never appeared right here to validate a down move, right? Because the whole idea at the time was to continue to push the market up. So there was probably some profit taken, whatever the case may be, who knows, some manipulation, who knows what happened, right? That's besides the point, because part of the process, part of the strategy is to wait for the market to do this, to wait for the market to retest, right? And then give us the signals that we're looking for the continuation. Because once we get here, right, and price doesn't create a lower low anymore, what it did was it created a higher low, right, which is a great sign, right? The next step, the next move is going to break structure. That's what we're looking for when we're looking to get in the move here. We got to change a character and we got to retest. The next move that we're looking for is a break of structure. That's going to continue. That's going to further validate this change of character right here and the reversal for the time being, right? And that's exactly what happened and how we were able to be successful in this trade setup with everything being taken into consideration. Again, the target was the next area of interest, right? Which was this order block right here. Of course, the setup was on the 1 minute, and we'll go back to the 15-minute here to look and see what the setups look like for the rest of the day. But again, this is the trading strategy. You see it. You see how it played out. Very, very successful trade in my book. Zero drawdown. Zero from the time that I entered to the time I exited. I didn't face any drawdown whatsoever in trading EU. So we're going to go back real quick and we're going to take a look at the 15-minute. We're going to let it play out and just look at some market structure just to get an understanding of how this works. So as you can see, and this is kind of where we are right now with the time being 6:43 Eastern Standard Time. All right, so let's let this set up. All right. So as you can see on the 15-minute, right, we have yet to get a change of character. There's no order block, right? No order blocks right here, right? No order blocks right here, or anything like that. So that's what we're waiting for, right? Before we're bullish on the 15-minute time frame, right? We need to see the market set up that change of character, right? Validated by an order block, right? We want to see the retest, and then wait for the continuation, right? We want to wait for the continuation. So as you can see here, we got a lower high, lower highs, lower highs, right? All right. So what we need to see though is a higher high. Once you see a higher high, right, that's probably going to be the impulse move that changes, that's responsible for a chalk movement and a change of character, a higher high. If you're looking to try to capitalize off of this down move right here, we'll look for the higher high. And of course, absolutely, obviously, the same could be said for the bearish movement. Same thing, you look for the change of character, right? Validated by order block. You wait for the retracement back, which is what you see right here, right? Wait for the retracement back and then the move. Now, here's the thing. Look right here, right? So we had a change of character, right? Validated by order block. We came down, created a lower low, right? That was that move from there. We pulled back, right? Created a lower high, then pushed again and created a higher low. Interestingly enough, what you don't see is this move being validated by an order block. See that? No order block there to validate this down move right here. And as you can see, it did not create a lower low. See this lower low right here? It didn't create a lower low, which didn't break structure. We got the change of character, right? Which, you know, again, this whole move was validated by this order block. This whole impulse move right here was validated by this order block, the push down, right? Came back, we did some retests, we created a lower high, no order block, pushed, right? Price pushed. We don't know why price pushed, you know, again, profit taking, whatever the case may be, market manipulation, right? It pushed and there's no order block to validate this down move. And we did not get a break of structure. So there was not enough institutional activity to push this market to break structure and create a lower low. And that right there, that move right there from here to here, 18 pip move, or 18 pip move. And that's actually not bad at all. But what we're waiting for is we're waiting for a good break of structure or a change of character validated by order block. So if we could get a break of structure validated by our order block, continuing to the downside, that's an opportunity for a trade setup. Again, validated by our order block that's pushing downward. That order block is going to lend validation to the move and energy to the move to continue pushing down. Or we're looking for a change of character, right? Somewhere along this area or whatever, you know, we're waiting for the market to set it up, give us a change of character validated by our order block, right? We want the order block to be there when the change of character is created. We wait for the pullback, you know, to retest that area somewhere, wait for the buy signal to get into the move. And the same thing on the bearish move right here. As you can see, we had from this high right here, we were in the premium zone, premium area. We had a higher high. We came down, change of character, right? Validated by this order block, right? Price pulled back, pushed a little bit, created a break of structure. No, we didn't create the break structure here, but we got a lower low, pull back. So this was the retracement that you were really looking for, right? Because we came back into this area, right? All right. So we had the lower high, and it pushed. Now this break of structure was now validated by this order block right here. But the trade setup would have been this right here. We would have looked to enter the market right around this area right here for the entry. Right. I don't have signals on for the 15-minute because I don't look to do my entries on the 15-minute. My entries come from the 1 minute when I'm doing my technical analysis on the 15-minute. So what we would have done is we would have let this move play out. We get the change of character. We would have wanted to come back, right, and give us that validation for a continued move to the upside. And we see here, it came back, touch, or what have you, but this one was validated even better by the lower low that was created. That's really what you want to see, a lower low, then a good pullback, and then you look for your entry signals on the 1 minute if you're doing your technical analysis on the 15-minute. And as you can see, when we would have got into this move once we got the sell signal, right? And this is what you would have got. This is what you would have got right here, right? Nice, good move for, let's say we would have got in around here somewhere. Nice move to the next structure. So the next structure, the next valid structure, area of interest would have been right around here at the time. This previous week's low or what have you. This would be take profit area for me for this move right here. If I would have got in on this move right here around 2:45 in the morning, 2:45, 3 o'clock in the morning, this would have been my target area for take profit. And I would have been, this would have been a solid trade, and I would have been out of that trade at that point right there, right? All right, that is the strategy. These are the indicators and indicator information that I utilize for these setups. Again, this strategy can be used on any time frame. So if you don't see your setups on the higher time frames, look for them on the lower time frames. Again, if it's worth your while, if you got some room, to work to give you a few pips or more to get you in profit, get you a nice quick scalp, then all the better for it. And we keep it moving. As we look right here on the 4-hour for EU, we're in the area of a continued down push. So from the 4-hour time frame, we're still looking pretty bearish. Still looking pretty bearish at the moment. No order blocks to validate a big move to the upside at the moment. So right now, rule of thumb is when you go to place your trades, no matter, depending on the time frame you're looking at, no matter what time frame you're looking at, make sure that you're placing your trades based off of the most current order block. So right now, price is working off of this order block right here on the 4-hour time frame. So the big move in the overall market structure is telling us that EU is currently bearish. It's currently bearish. Just looking at the market structure on the higher time frames. So there's some scalps that could be had on the lower time frames. Again, you look for the market to set up, but again, just looking at the higher time frames, we can see that the market for EU is still overall bearish, but we can look at opportunities for quick scalps, for a few pips or what have you. So for the 4-hour, obviously the big move is going to be once we get to one of those order blocks that's sitting at the support area there. So you wait for your change of characters or what have you for big moves or what have you. So those are for, individuals that are into swing trading. But if you're looking for intraday setups, most of those are going to come on your 15-minute charts and below. Or what have you. So that's where you're kind of looking for your setups on a day-to-day basis to get a few pips in and then get out of the market. But if you're looking for the bigger moves, you can apply the same exact strategy, on the higher time frames. Again, any instrument, any trading instrument, and then any time frame, this strategy could be applied, right? Always look to do your top-down analysis. Again, nothing is 100%. We know that these markets do what they want to do and not what we think they should do or what we want them to do. Price does what it wants to do. But in my experience, this particular trading strategy has proven to be one of the safest ones, very good risk to reward and win ratio when utilizing this strategy. So again, this is what works for me, just sharing it with all of you. So hopefully, if you have any questions, you'll put your questions out there. I'll look to facilitate and answer questions as I see them come. And with that being said, that is all I have for you all on this trade setup and strategy. Happy trading to you and good luck.